Welcome, friends, and today we'll be talking about MicroG and how to install it on a custom ROM. For this, I'll be using my OnePlus 6. Now, what is MicroG? MicroG, to put it simply, is an open source project that seeks to allow you to use Google services, um, to use Google applications from or other applications from the Play Store without actually having to have Google Framework or anything else installed on your device. At this point in time for the OnePlus 6, it only works for custom ROMs. I'm not sure about other ones, but regardless, the installation process is the same, and setting it up is very easy to use. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a custom ROM installed that actually supports MicroG. For this case, I have Siberia OS installed on my OnePlus 6, and you must be rooted. So if you're not rooted and you don't have TWRP installed and you're on stock ROM, then it's probably not going to work for you. Anyways, to move it along, what you're going to do after you have all these requirements met is you are going to reboot to your recovery. Okay. There we go. I do recommend Blue Spark for the OnePlus 6. It seems to be the only one that's actually working. There we go. To my code so you guys don't see it. And after that, you are just going to very simply, I'll hold it with my left hand, install just like you would flash a ROM. There you go. Swipe to confirm flash. And I'll leave the link in the video description below, but you won't be actually installing, per se, MicroG directly. I recommend using NanoDroid. You can update it through Magisk and keep it up to date that way. It's just much easier. Okay, we're going to reboot the system. The reason you would want to install MicroG is probably because Google services. You probably don't need a lot of Google services, like you don't use um, Gmail or Google Maps or anything like that too extensively. So this is just a lighter way. It definitely saves you on battery life, RAM management. If your phone doesn't have enough RAM, it uses much less. All right, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna swipe in. Okay, and after flashing it, you should have this MicroG settings right here. I'm going to click on that for a moment. And you're going to notice that permissions are missing from your device. What you're simply going to do is you are going to allow it all the permissions that it wants to run. Okay? Click on self-check. You see a lot of these boxes to the right are going to be unchecked. You check those by allowing Google device registration, Google Cloud Messaging. And safety net is important, but I use a third-party safety net. Please do your own research on that one. You can use Google Safety Net. But for me, Magisk 18.1 does not pass safety net if I use the proprietary Google one, so I use a third-party one. So I'm going to show you how to set that up if you have that. Go to Advanced, just like this. Use third-party server. That's it. Okay, and allow. Okay. Now at this point, you're going to want to include your Google account. So to do that, you're just going to go to Settings, Accounts, Add Account, and you see MicroG Services Core. Okay. And here you go. Awesome. And logging into that is just like logging into Google services. So after you've done that, I almost forgot the unified NLP settings. You're going to allow Deja Vu access to location services, and you're going to allow Nomnatim, the address lookup There you go. And when you are done with that, go back to the MicroG settings, check the self-check, make sure all these boxes are checked. As we can see, a lot of them are not. Well, that's a problem, isn't it? So you know what we're going to do is we are going to reboot the device, just like that. Okay? And as a matter of fact, it just occurred to me that I did leave out one very, very, very important piece of information over here, guys. I'm very sorry about that. But this reboot will not actually be necessary. I apologize for that. I'm a little ticked off about my Siberia OS seeming to have forgotten my unlock code. So, but never mind about that. I did forget the most important part is, in fact, to go to apps and notifications after you're done with all that, to app permissions, and spoof packages, signature permissions. You're going to allow Google Play Store, and you are going to allow MicroG Services Core to go and do that. Okay? Now when you swipe up and you check MicroG settings, take a look, self-check, all the boxes are checked, just like that. So, are we done yet? No, not quite. You're going to need to do one more thing after that, and that is to have F-Droid installed on your device. And I will do that very, very quickly. So first we're going to go to Android System. We are going to File Transfer. And after we set it up for File Transfer, I'm just going to very quickly transfer it over from my computer, the F-Droid APK. And it's there. Good. And we're going to have F-Droid FPK under Downloads. There it is. Just remove that. And F-Droid APK. There we go. Continue. Install. Awesome. Open. Cool. While it's updating the repositories, I'm just going to switch it over to my dark theme. It's not going to impede it in any way. All right. Now there's one particular application that you want to have in here to work with MicroG services, because you don't want to have to depend on Play Store for anything more than, you know, apps that you've actually paid for that hopefully don't require too many services. You're going to want to find this one right here, Yelp Store. There you go. See the Yelp Store right here? Download Yelp Store. Yelp Store allows you to download APKs from Google Play Store as APKs. And it deletes the APK data immediately after installation, so it doesn't even go through the Google Store. And yeah, that's just basically what you do. Okay? And I'm going to allow from this source, of course. Install. There's the Yelp. Now we have Yelp Store. Ow. And sorry about that. So now we're going to look up push notifications. So we're going to look up the push notifications tester. Okay? It's going to log into those credentials that you added for before. Okay? And here it is, push notification tester. Allow Yelp Store to download, of course. And it is downloaded. You just go there, install, settings, allow from this source, back, install. Very good. Open. And now let's open it. So you'll be greeted with this screen. Start, make sure everything connects fine, and request a notification. There you go. Success! Push notifications work. You now have MicroG installed successfully on your device. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you found some use for it. And like I said, if you don't really require too many intensive Google services, there's nothing inherently wrong with them. But if you don't require them, this makes for a great alternative. Be noted, again, that it requires a rooted device with a custom ROM or stock ROM that can actually support the MicroG services. For that, the link is in the video description below. Hit subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.